was a girl with dreams so wide, eyes full of wonder, heart open, untied. The world seems soft, a place to lay. Ran through the days in the sun's warm sway. But somewhere along the road, I felt the shift. The days turned heavy like an unseen rift. The girl that I was began to fade, and in her place, a new self was made.